One of the most important things to consider within the planning phase is guest experiences and expectations. I think a lot of times, when you're thinking about clients and you're going through the whole initial consultation and even the planning phase, the guest experiences may fall to the wayside. And I think that that's something that can really ruin any type of corporate event or even social event that you're really trying to have more than one time. Walt Disney World is a really good example of catering to their guests. Of course, it's a theme park, so guests is at the forefront of what it is, but I think they've taken it to another step that we all can learn from. They just created a magic band. They spent $1 billion on this band. And what the band does is that it literally ties into, you wear the band, you purchase it as a ticket. You wear the band, and when wearing the band, it connects to your cell phone, it connects to your wallet, it connects to your hotel reservation, car reservation, so on and so forth. So what it does is, as if when you're in their 40 square mile of their theme park, the band sends radio signals to Disney World and their towers, and it really lets them know, for instance, if you wanted to see a concert. So you're going to see The Little Mermaid with your kids. As you're walking to The Little Mermaid, they are knowing where you're at, and they know when to expect you, time and everything. And let's say you had a particular meal that you wanted to eat while you're watching The Little Mermaid. As you're coming up to The Little Mermaid, not only are they greeting you because they know exactly when you're coming, but they're also providing the food that you ordered. So there's no wait. You know exactly where you're going to sit. You know exactly what you're going to eat. And it goes so on and so forth. Car service that's picking you up from the airport. They know what time you're getting in. They know what time your hotel reservation is. All of that. So it's thinking about the guests and enhancing the experience, because one, if we're a guest and we're going to a theme park, you know that there's going to be long lines. So imagine if you had this magic band that can say, hey, versus going here, you also wanted to go to this exhibit or to this ride. That ride has a shorter line. Why not go there and then come back? So that gives you more time to actually enjoy the theme park versus waiting in line to use the bathroom, waiting in line to get on the ride, waiting in line to see whoever, that you wanted to see. And I think we could use that example in the event field. Maybe we don't have $1 billion. You may not have $1 billion to spend on a magic band, but there's a lot of things that you can use from that to make your guest experiences a little bit better. Bars are one of my biggest things that I try to talk to my clients about. Sometimes, you have one bar at an event, but your bar is trying to cater to 100 people. You have 2 bartenders there. A lot of times we don't like standing in line for anything. So if you can anticipate how many bars and how many guests you're going to have, then that helps you. Even when you're doing event registration, you can, try to get some of those questions answered by the responses that guests give you if they're signing up for an event. If it's the bathroom, maybe you have some type of band that can say, hey, I don't want to go to this bathroom because I'm standing in line and it's 10 minutes. There's, another bathroom 50 feet away that you can go and use. You can get back to your event and have fun. But it's just those examples that you can use to actually try to figure out what is going to enhance your guests. Everything from a warm welcome. Maybe someone likes almonds. Maybe when you're arriving to the event, one of the hosts provides you with a bag of almonds, or, those things are anticipating how your guests will respond and welcoming them into your event. There's so many things that you can anticipate, but trying to understand what makes your guests happy is something that really, really is important to a lot of corporate events, regardless of what event you're doing. And even for social events, weddings as well, we can all learn from Walt Disney World and other, places that are using technology on how to really cater to your guests. And I think that when you're doing that in the beginning stages of planning, that should be also considered, because of course, these things don't cost, nothing. They cost, there is a price associated with, the amenities that you're offering to your guests. So include that in your planning phase, so that way when it comes down to it, you can say, yes, this is something that I want, or no, I can't have this, but what's an alternative? So with the minds put together with your planner and your expectations, I think that your guest experiences can really flourish and people will begin to want to come back more and more because it's the small things that they're remembering. It's the convenience that they're being saved because you decided to think about them ahead of time versus being reactive to a need that occurred right then and there versus being proactive. So I think whenever you are considering an event or planning an event, really think about your guest experiences and how that event can be a little bit more accommodating to them. Of course, you have your focal point that you want to do, but your event will not be an event if your guests are not there and your guests are not happy. So I think those are really, really important factors to think about. Yeah.